accent drama video, but it's gonna be drama about my neighbors. You know, not any crazy tea. It's not going to be anything that, is anything too crazy, but I am going to give you just a little update on the tea that's been going on in my neighborhood. If you didn't see part 1 to this video, you should check that out. I will put it somewhere, probably in the description box below, where I also have the link to my Patreon, where I do 3 videos per month for $5. And they are ASMR videos that are not seen here on YouTube, so you don't want to miss out. You can join our family, cancel at any time, and you get access to over 30 ASMR videos that I have already made over there. So yeah, I thought today we could do a little bit of a neighbor gossip video to go over the most recent tea that's been going on around me. And I thought that we can go in and out of a New York accent. You might hear a little bit of a Boston accent in there as well. New York and Boston accents can be very similar to one another, so yeah, you guys have been asking me to do another New York accent video, so your wish is my command, my love. So let's get into it, shall we? Oh, just a quick little, why can't I think? It's late. Your girl's tired. Announcement. Like, really, it took me that long to think of the word announcement. Anyway, something's in my eye. I just wanted to remind you guys that starting this month, I will be doing custom videos. Yes, I will be doing custom videos. So I will start listing the information down below, but I'm going to have you guys email me, or I'm going to have an option on my Patreon where you can get custom videos. So you tell me the kind of video you want, as long as there's no, stuff that I won't do, which you should already know what that is, but if you don't, I will list it. But, as long as in reason, hauls, makeup, get ready with me is like literally whatever you want. If you want me to pick at the mic for 20 minutes, you can get that. Obviously, you have to pay for it. And yeah, I will be reasonable, and I will compare other rates of other creators, and based on my time, it will be a video that's made just for you. No one else will have access to it, and you can watch the video as many times as you want for the next 10 years if you wanted to. So I will definitely be putting more information about it in the description box, and I'll probably start taking the videos after the 15th, probably around the 20th of October, somewhere around there, but as the time gets closer, I will remind you guys. But let's get into today's video. So as of recent, there's been a little bit of drama going on in my neighborhood. A little bit, just a little bit. So, the other day, there was like I said, I live in like a little neighborhood type deal, so there's like a couple Schwarzenegger. So I hear Schwarzenegger and my other neighbor arguing. Now this other neighbor is a newer neighbor. Schwarzenegger's been here as long as I've been here. She's been here longer than me. So the new couple, I call him Earl, but his real name's not Earl. I can't even think of it now. I just call him Earl, but it's really not Earl. And he has a really nice wife. And Earl, when they first moved in, their son was living there. I don't know if it's his son or her son with another baby daddy. I don't really know. I'm not trying to get into their tea all on that next level, you know. I'm just like, brushing the surface of the tea. I'm not trying to dig, you know what I mean? That's the business. But anyway, the son used to live there. Now he doesn't live there anymore. He got his own apartment. And I was really sad about it because I really liked him. He was a nice kid. But anyway, so he moves out, right? And now it's just the couple. But Earl is never home. He's like a Lyft driver or an Uber, something like that. But it's like a little bit of a fancier one. Like the car that he drives is like almost a limo. It's not quite a limo, but it's almost a limo. It's a very fancy car. It's a lot of room in there. And he has like special features and stuff. He does special stuff in the car for the people. So makes the ride a little bit more comfortable for you. You know what I mean? So I hear Earl and Schwarzenegger arguing. So this neighbor, that neighbor, they live in the same house anyway. They live in the same complex. Okay, so they're arguing with each other. Well, I guess Schwarzenegger, Earl had given Schwarzenegger, he'd given us all some macaroni and cheese that he made. And he made like all these different kinds of macaroni and cheese, and it was bomb, by the way. Super nice guy. Like, they're just the sweetest little couple. But anyway, so Schwarzenegger, Earl, we're back to the story here, Rachel. I'm thinking about the mac and cheese and getting off track. So he had given mac and cheese to like his neighbors, right? Typically, I don't know how close Earl and Schwarzenegger are because she can like fly off the handle pretty easy. And if you watched my Patreon video, you know all about that. But she can fly off the handle pretty easy. And she gets loose, very loose with her mouth. She likes to run her mouth. So anyway, I don't know how close they are because, like I said, she flies off the handle a lot. And she's a little bit hard to get along with, in better words, right? So, anyway, I hear them arguing and I'm trying to, eavesdrop a little bit out the window, peeky. I got Chris in one ear and he's, get out the window, and I'm trying to, listen in this ear. And I hear them arguing about the hallway, about not cleaning the hallway, or somebody left something in the hallway. And then all this other dirt starts to come up. They start arguing about all this other stuff, and I'm like, oh boy, that is like if you're really mad at somebody and you're a bit aggravated about all this stuff, but you don't say that stuff until you get into an argument, and then you're like, oh yeah, and you did this, and oh yeah, you did that. It was that kind of a deal. So they're arguing, and Earl must have gave Schwarzenegger some mac and cheese, right? This lady takes the mac and cheese and splats it onto Earl's car. And when I tell you, Earl takes so much pride in this car because that's his job, right? That's his livelihood. starts looking out the window. I'm like, no, you need to get out the window, okay? And you were just telling me not to look out the window. Now you are looking out the window. How the tables have turned, haven't they? Now Earl's girlfriend, she's got a cane. So all of a sudden I see she's like the sweetest lady. Like, I've never heard her yell. I've never seen her get mad. Earl's always gone, and when he comes home from driving, she's got dinner made. She's just very nice lady. Wonderful wife, I'd assume. You know, and like I said, I don't know their personal business, not my business, but from the outside looking in, she looks like a wonderful wife. All of a sudden, I see the cane wobbling around, and she's like, you know, waving the cane while she's yelling at the lady. I'm like, oh my god, this is so great. Then all of a sudden, here comes the landlord. Somebody must have called the landlord, and it was probably rocking chair guy from Florida, because I seen him over in the corner of my eye rocking in his rocking chair, and he acts like he's not paying attention, you know. He's like just rocking away with his hand, and he's, you know, back and forth, looking the other way, looking at the sunset or something, when in reality he's like, he knows what's going on. He just acted like he don't know what's going on. So here we go. I see the Mercedes-Benz roll up, and my landlord, she won't even get out of the car half the time, because, you know, she's the queen on the throne. She's not getting out of the car. You better come to her, right? So she pulls up, rolls down the window, and she's like, what's going on? Are you crazy? Do you want the cops to come? You know, because like I said before, we live in a very quiet neighborhood. Not a lot happens. So if there's yelling going on, the cops are gonna come. They're gonna come, and they're gonna try to mediate, and it's gonna be a whole thing. So she's like, you know, whoever did this, I need to clean it up, this macaroni and cheese. So, you know, Schwarzenegger and the landlord, they're arguing. She's trying to, you know, plead her story, and then Earl's, you know, walking, pacing back and forth, back and forth. Poor guy was just trying to be nice and hand out some mac and cheese, but because it didn't go so well for her. But so yeah, the landlord, they end up, you know, hashing it out. Everybody's talking at this point. You know, it's a little more quiet because the landlord's mediating the situation. But and while the landlord's here, she calls me on the phone, and she's like, Rachel, can you come down here? So I go down there. She's like, did you see anything? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Damn sure did, but I wasn't getting, you know, I'm no snitch. No snitch. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So she then proceeds to ask me about the dog next door. And I've been hearing the little dog. I hear his little nails. They go on the kitchen floor, because we have wooden kitchen floors. And she's got, next door, she's got the wooden kitchen floors too. Her joint was updated as of recent. But anyway, so I can hear the dog's little nails on the kitchen floor, but I try not to listen. And it's so weird because she's trying to hide the dog, right? She's not supposed to have the dog. The landlord told her, if you have the dog, you have to move. You can't have the dog. You're not allowed to have dogs. And because, you know, the dog crapped all over the lawn, or all over the floor, and the landlord seen it. So, like, that just made it even that much more worse, you know? So, she's like, you know, have you seen the dog? And I'm like, no, I've definitely seen the dog. But this girl, right, my neighbor, she's not supposed to have this dog. And she's like, you know, doesn't want to get kicked out. So, but she doesn't want to get rid of the dog. So she hides the dog. And this little dog, she never takes it for walks. If she does, maybe she like brings it in the car and takes it for walks somewhere else. But she doesn't walk the dog over here, and she's home a lot. So I'm like, where is this dog being and pooping? Is there like something I'm missing here? dog to go in a cat litter box or something. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why the dogs go into the bathroom if you're not letting the dog outside. I don't know how I feel about that. And I don't know if that's... I've never owned a dog. I love doggies. My dad's had a doggie, but I've never fully owned a doggie. But I know that can't be good for the doggie. But it's not my business. I can't get involved. Just cannot get involved. I don't want to have problems with my neighbor, you know. But there's a part of me that wants to ask her, like, what's going on with the dog? Where's the dog going to the bathroom? Why aren't you taking the dog for walks? Like, I hope you're taking the dog for walks. The doggy needs fresh air. So Halloween is coming up, and I'm really excited. A lot of the people have started decorating on our street. It's a very close-knit street. It's a very long street, but very close-knit street. And they do, like, you know, haunted houses, and everybody decorates, and we kind of, you know, all work together and plan, like, you know, so that to make sure that everybody's going to be home for Halloween. And if you're not, you know, one of the neighbors might stand on your porch for you and hand out candy so that there's more houses for the kids to go to if you're going to be at work or something like that. Or they'll just leave a little pumpkin on the porch with in it, like a little note that says, please take one candy, you know. So, really excited about that. Now, when I was a little girl, me and my cousins would go trick-or-treating together every single year. We would go trick-or-treating together, and every year we would go to like a different neighborhood, but we would go to like the better neighborhood, you know, because they would give the better candy. And we would go trick-or-treating literally until we couldn't trick-or-treat anymore, until our parents were like, okay, that's enough. We would go for hours and hours, and like I said, where we live, it's sometimes it could be snowing by Halloween, so we didn't get rain, sleet, snow, whatever. We were out there, we were trick-or-treating, and we were loving it. We would bring pillowcases so that they were durable and they were large, and then at the end we'd all go back to my cousin's house and lay all our candy out on the rug, and we would trade and see who had more and count every single piece. So much fun. And then the parents would come over and start stealing all the candy that we didn't like the Good and Plenty's and Baby Ruths and stuff. But, you know, I would try to shovel in as much candy as I could before my mom noticed how much candy I was eating. Did you guys do that too? Before you got cut off of your candy bag? But I want to carry on that tradition with my son and his cousins. So I'm thinking that we're going to do it on my street this year. Any of his cousins come over so they can all go trick-or-treating together. Our street is so long that it would literally take them like 2 hours just to go down our street and back because it's that long. And it's like, is it a cul-de-sac? I don't know, but it's really long, okay? It's really long. So, and it like wraps around. It's a dead end at the end of the street is a dead end. So, you just go around, and yeah, like I said, everybody pretty much participates, and they got, you know, Michael Jackson music playing, and I just can't wait. It's so much fun. You guys will have to let me know down below what you do, what you do for Halloween. I am always curious to know different people's, what's the word I'm looking for? Traditions. And I got some exciting fall videos planned. So stay tuned for that. I just love filming for you guys. I wish I had more time. I have all these ideas and all these videos I want to film, but I just don't have the time. Being a mom and homeschooling him and homeschooling me and working 1 day a week and just a lot. But I enjoy it. I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful for this channel, thankful for Patreon, and thankful for my regular job and school and homeschooling my son. He's doing so well, and I'm just in a good place, and I'm very, very happy about it. As it gets closer to the time where I get to start, really, really looking into houses and all that good stuff. Doctors, dentists. I'm gonna take a little trip down to where we're going to buy our first home. I was going to do it this week actually, but my grandfather ended up falling